go by the name Aondo. I'm presenting the paper on characteristics of TVET curriculum. As you all know, curriculum is coined from a Latin word called curriculum, and curriculum simply means running or a race course. So what implies by the term curriculum? And we all know that the answer to this question is something that is very hardly conclusive. But based on the fact that there are various views of different stakeholders, like educators, researchers, students, and even evaluator in this field. So coming to a conclusive definition of what curriculum really is very difficult. But based on the definition of other authors, other researchers like Carswell and Campbell, 1935, view curriculum to be the total experience that students get under the guidance of the teacher. Why Turner and Turner views curriculum as the reconstruction of knowledge developed systematically. Why Turner and Turner view curriculum as the reconstruction of knowledge systematically developed under the atmosphere of the school, so as to enable the student increase and have control of their knowledge. While similarly, Tava stated that curriculum, no matter what their particular design are, composed of certain elements. A curriculum usually contains a statement of aims and of specific objectives. It indicates some selection and organization of content. It either implies or manifests certain pattern of learning and teaching, whether because the objective is demanded or because the content organization requires them. Finally, it includes a program of evaluation of outcomes. From all the definitions so far in this paper and the ones I've come across in various books, I've come to the conclusion that there are certain important elements that exist in these various definitions. In these various definitions, most of them talks about curriculum as well set objectives. Curriculum refers to set objectives based on the fact that the end objectives of what the student will know, and some of the definitions try to reflect those things. What the students will know at the end of what the course. I also see curriculum as a course of study or content. While some definitions talks about curriculum as what the course of content. And curriculum again have been referred to as what? A plan. Curriculum is basically a blueprint in which educational objectives are being attained. And also, you can view curriculum as what? Document and as what? Experience of what? Learning outcome. So, based on this, we now go to characteristics of TVET curriculum. Although TVET as a whole has its basic characteristics, but that does not withstand that the curriculum and the characteristics of core academic subjects cannot be included as well. So the various characteristics of TVET curriculum are things like a school success standard. The One is school success standard. The characteristics of TVET as a whole, it means that what the student in school success standard tries to tell us that what the student have to learn in school is to be of great standard. It should be a reciprocal of what they see at outside world, and it should be what hands on the job. They should have what the practical skills of what they are doing. Out of school, and as a whole, for example, a skills, maybe a knowledge of maybe metric system, and in for example, the knowledge of metric system can also be applied on maybe carrying out what a trade cutting operation on what a trade machine, and carrying out what metric trade cutting. Another characteristic is what out of school standard.
3 minutes.
Another characteristic is what out of school standard, while others are what workshop to community relation, responsiveness. In responsiveness, the curriculum should be designed in such a way. That what the students, as you know, technology advance day by day. So, if the curriculum should be designed in such a way that what is being taught today should be what will be taught. That is, for instance, what is being taught in years back is different from what is being taught today in our present school. Based on that, there are various innovations in which we need to include. So the curriculum should be responsive in responsiveness in such a way that those things will be added so that we meet up to what the latest technology development. Other as well expenses, as you do in other general subjects, there are things in which there are demands in which we need, and there are also demands in which we need in what technical subjects. For instance, what you spend when carrying out curriculum development in what ordinary academic subjects will be different from what you spend in when making the curriculum development in technical subjects. So all things like that should be what included. Focus, logistics, justification, and federal involvement should all be involved when developing a curriculum in what TVET. Thank you.
Okay. So, Shinshima, without looking at the paper, summarize for us the characteristics of TVET curriculum.
As I said before, these characteristics are those things in which.
Just name them.
Okay.
Don't look at it.
Okay. Focus, federal involvement, in-school characteristics, in-school standard, out-of-school standard success, in-school standard success, out-of-school standard success, federal involvement, focus, expenses, are all words.
Which one is forward?
They are all characteristics of TVET curriculum.
So what do we mean? Well, what do we mean by in-school success standards as a characteristics of TVET?
That is what we're trying to say is that if the curriculum is being designed in such a way that the students, the success the students will achieve in the school should be a reciprocal of what they will get outside. And at the same time, what will be taught in academics, we should be related to what? Their technical whole area of specialization. I may try to make example that when maybe the knowledge of metric system can also be applied when carrying out what a metric turning, that is the metric turning operation on the gate machine.
That is the example feature computer gave. So give your own example.
Okay.
Give a local example that all of us will know.
Similarly, our knowledge of maybe technical drawing can be applied generally in all our areas of specialization in what our various vocational area. So let's go to the example.
Yes, class, what do you say? Are you clear on that? No. So make us, you are in charge, make us understand, because it's very important we understand what we mean by this class. This school success standard. That's what we're struggling to find out what that characteristic means. So far you have not made it clear to us. Yes.
So I think what you're trying to say there is while within school standards is like the expectation of the students are supposed to, how well they're supposed to perform what is already.
As a whole, that is, in that school success standard, I try to make it look in such a way that
the author tried to make it in such a way that
the author tried to make it in such a way that the that is what the students have to learn should be of practical. It should be hand on the job. That it should not like more of theory, but also what.
Okay, let me help you out. What these school success standards mean is that the standards of assessment, as the standard of performance in the school, should be the same as the standard of performance expected in the workplace. In other words, what the employer expects of the employee should be what the school should also expect of the student. E.g., if the employer is expecting that a tie knot or bolt in an assembly plant, a tie bolt, not on the boat, the student should be able to, or the employee should be able to, in an 8-hour shift, couple 1,000 knots to 1,000 bolts. Then, that should be the criteria we use in school to train the student in such a way that he arrives at that level of performance. And that should also be the standard of assessment.
That's why I did this.
That is what he wrote, not you. If you wrote, you would have explained it.